The eShop is back to a healthy flow of new indie titles. First, in North America, we saw the release of Elliot's Quest for the Wii U. Embark on an adventure through the island of Urele and conquer its dungeons and 16 bosses. The game takes inspiration from the classic Zelda 2. For a more puzzling good time, there's GravBlocks Plus, also available on the Wii U. The game is similar to most Match 3 type games, only this time you can control the gravity to get multipliers and avoid hazards. As for the 3DS eShop, the North American audience received Ironfall, bringing some much needed third-person shooter action to the handheld. Aside from its multiplayer mode, the game has you facing off against an invasion of alien robots which you must stop. Launching in both European and North American markets, also on the 3DS is Titan Attacks by Curve Studios. The game is a modernized take on the classic Galaga-style arcade shooter. You'll have 100 levels to challenge yourself against, as well as plenty of weapons and powers to purchase and upgrade your ship with. As for a European-only release, there was Zombie Incident for the 3DS. This retro-style adventure game has you exploring a citadel filled with monsters. Find the 8 golden stars and get out. Will you be able to get the top score? The European territory also received a new Wii U title already available in North America, which is SDK Paint. For the creative player, SDK Paint lets you use various tools along with the touchpad to create any kind of artwork you can imagine. Jumping to some new updates, we now know that Oli Oli will feature cross-buy between the Wii U and 3DS, letting you download it for free on one console if you buy it on the other. The title releases this week. Next, we got a fresh look at Stoneshire with their latest trailer. The game will offer players with a sandbox-like environment where they can mine and build anything they can imagine. Stoneshire is looking for a March release. Also receiving a new trailer is the crowd-funded dark JRPG Liege. The game is being planned as a trilogy with a continuous story arc and will also support cross-platform play between consoles, PCs, and mobile platforms. Liege is set to release later this year. Finally, we received another update on the long-awaited Cube title, now aiming to release in April or May. The delay gave the developers more time to implement a story mode and speedrun trials to the game. Get ready for a flurry of new indie titles because this week we have a lot. Starting us off is the announced sequel to Azure Striker Gunvolt on the 3DS. No details have yet been revealed aside the project being in development. Additionally, there's a patch coming for the original Azure Striker Gunvolt which will add ZR and ZL button functionality for new 3DS owners. The patch is only scheduled for Japan so far. Next is the brawler Last Fight by Piranha King, which the developers are working hard to get to the Wii U. The game is based on the French comic book Last Man and will let players fight with anything they can get their hands on. Expect more news on this title in the coming weeks. Fans of the classic Ninja Gaiden series will get a kick out of Shadow Blade Reload by Dead Mage. The title has been confirmed for the Wii U and with it comes fast-paced ninja action. There will be 60 levels to challenge your skills as well as a level editor to make your own crazy creations. You'll also be able to race with up to 3 of your friends in a special multiplayer mode. For the RPG enthusiast, Choice Provisions is working on bringing Dragon Fantasy 1 and 2 to the 3DS and Wii U under the name of Dragon Fantasy Volumes of Wisteria and Dragon Fantasy The Black Tome of Ice. Expect a JRPG style experience with strong influences from classics such as Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy. Developer Serenity Forge is looking to highlight the beauty of flight and the power of the wind in their upcoming title, The King's Bird. The mechanics of the game will focus on precision platforming akin to parkour with the extra ability to glide through the air apparently. Hack and slash fans will probably want to take a look at Rollin, Dwarf Wars, now confirmed to be coming to the Wii U. A Kickstarter will be launching in a few weeks to help the developers bring their final vision to life. Last one on my list for today is Entropy Games' Astral Breakers. Dropping a glowing orb of the same color on the orbs below will cause an explosion, clearing orbs from your side and sending junk to your opponent's side. Still looking for more games? Then check out these projects seeking crowdfunding. First up is Unraveled, an adventure RPG which follows the journey of a young girl searching for her parents. The girl soon discovers that her imagination shapes much of her adventure. The game already has some beautiful visuals and music to show off, but is still seeking $35,000 to hit their Unity stretch goal. Last week we featured the adventure game The Song of Seven. Now the game has launched its Kickstarter to bring the project to life, seeking $8,000 for the first chapter. Next up we have Exordium Games launching a Kickstarter for Nephil's Fall, seeking $30,000. The story revolves around a fallen guardian who awakens to find his world corrupted. The game switches the Metroidvania genre by having players start strong and then having you sacrifice your abilities to save the world. This will make the game much harder as you progress through its story. After 2 years of silence, we finally received news from Radical Fish and their game CrossCode. The team has launched a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo and is seeking £80,000 with the Wii U stretch goal at £100,000. The game blends puzzle elements with a touch of RPG. Players will control the protagonist who can't speak and has lost her memories. As you progress through the story, more of her identity will be revealed. Finally, after decades of having to deal with frustrating publisher decisions, the developers behind the original Toejam Earl are back and looking to launch a proper sequel to their first game from 1991. The project is seeking $400,000 in funding and has already reached 50% of its mark within a few days. Lastly on the show, we always like to take a look at how our Enthusiast crew is scoring our Nintendo indie games. First, Sean took a look at Titan Attacks and had a terrible experience, mainly from experiencing a constant slowdown in the gameplay. The game doesn't make use of the 3D effect, but offers tons of levels to play. Sean also got his hands on Ironfall Invasion, which was overall well received. The graphics are gorgeous and the online mode is quite fun. Some drawbacks, however, are its single-player campaign, which tends to be a bit boring. Lastly, our very own Prince, or Akia, reviewed GravBlocks Plus and wasn't too impressed. He felt the levels tend to get long and tedious and that the visuals leave a bit to be desired. However, he did find the music to be catchy and there's a lot of content to explore for those interested.